person? Isn't that mummy person? Yeah. I'm talking. Hello? No? Is that mummy person? Yeah. Hello. He doesn't normally have his legs out. I'm halfway through dressing him. And I thought I'd show you his lovely little legs. Yeah. Yeah. If I have to sit down, because he wants feeding, I'll have to sit down. But I'm hoping I can do it like so you can see him. Woo-hoo. It's the 23rd of November, so he's 1 month old today. Aren't you, darling? 1 month old today. So I thought I'd do a little update on him and how I'm doing post-birth. I don't know how much he weighs now, but he had little stick legs when he was born, and they're still little, but they're filling out. He's getting beg their pardon. He's getting a roll at the top of his legs. So in a couple of months he'll have lovely, chubby, chunky, rolly baby legs, won't you? Yes. And he's lovely, he likes to be talked to, and he tries to talk back to you sometimes. Yeah. And when he gets grumpy, we also always going lemony. He's going lemony now, look. Oh, lemony. Oh, lemony. But when he gets grumpy, the Pudgeon Bean go, lemon alert, lemon alert. He quite likes his bouncy chair. I only put him in it when I have to, though. Because I like holding him, and I like baby wearing him. And Beanie, my 9-year-old, likes holding him as well. My oldest Pudge, who's 11, won't hold him because he's frightened of dropping him or something. But we all love you. We all love you. Yes, we do. He slept really well last night. But it's very hit and miss. Some nights are dreadful. And he doesn't want to go to sleep. And some nights he sleeps really well like last night. He hates his Moses basket. So we've abandoned it. We're co-sleeping. Which we normally end up co-sleeping anyway. It's just when they're newborn, because they're so tiny. Oh, you lemon, I'm going to feed him. Because they're so tiny, I normally prefer him in the Moses basket to start with, and then build up to co-sleeping. But he did not like that Moses basket. So we're co-sleeping now. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing now, but I'm feeding him. I am combination feeding still. But he is mostly getting formula now. Which if that offends you, I'm sorry. But if I remember, I'll try and link it below. I did do a video explaining why I have to combination feed and eventually totally formula. So I won't get into it too much now because it's a whole video on its own. But I do suffer with low milk supply. That's why I have to pump and pump and pump and pump and pump. We had a breastfeeding support work with my second kid, Beanie, and they lent me like this industrial electric pump, and even then, after about 6 weeks, even the breastfeeding support worker was like, it's not going to happen. I was like, yeah, no. So I'm getting what I can into him, but it's mostly formula because I just don't produce anything hardly. And naysayers, people who successfully breastfeed won't believe me, but that's just, you know, there's a tiny percentage of women who have low milk supply, and I'm one of them. Plus the doctor told me it's dangerous for me to breastfeed full time, but that's another story entirely, and people don't believe that either. But anyway, with combination feeding, I'm getting what I can into him breast milk wise, but I don't know how much longer my pitiful supply will last. I'm just doing the best of it. That's all you can do. That's all you can do, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to move back here so I'm not in shot. I hope I got to film that again. Yeah. Oh, we love him so much though. He's a month old now. The husband's family haven't come. And I didn't think the husband was upset about it, but then the other night he was like, they're not going to come, are they? I was like, no, I don't think they are. Yay, a beautiful. I'm so glad he's here. I'm alright. I'm back in my old trousers, but I'm back in the old trousers that are elastic waist. Haven't attempted the trousers that you do it properly yet, but I normally am back in my old trousers quite soon because when you're a big girl anyway, your trousers are used to holding a bit of belly anyway. Yeah, yeah. It's just my belly's now Kit Kats again instead of baby. I'm still a bit weepy, but I'm nowhere near as bad as I was, so I'm getting back to normal. I'm managing to do a lot more. I've stopped bleeding now. This was the longest I've bled after a baby. Normally I stop bleeding after about 2 weeks, and this has been more like 3.5 weeks. And I had that gush of blood, do you remember, where I had to rest, which hasn't happened with any of the others. Yeah, I'm very, very tired, but I'm very happy. But with I forgot what I was going to say now. If I could do it again, I'd have trusted my instincts. My gut instinct at the beginning was not to tell anybody I was pregnant, to avoid nasty comments, and to go totally unassisted. And I didn't do that, and I regret it. I don't regret it, but you know, it's not something weighing heavily on my mind. But if I could do it again, I wouldn't have gone to see the midwife, and I would have had a totally unassisted birth and rung the paramedics after I'd given birth. And if I was lucky enough to have another child, I'm not going through that again with the paramedics. He's looking at me while I'm talking about you, aren't we? Yeah. What else? After all my other kids, I knew I was going to have another one, or I knew I really wanted to have another one. I had moments of clarity after I've given birth. Like, after I had my first son, I remember looking out the bathroom window at the flat where we lived. I had this sudden moment of clarity that I was going to have 2 more sons, one after the other, and I did. And when I had my second son, I knew I was going to have another son. And then when I had my third son, I kind of knew that if we went again, it'd be a girl. Or I totally forgot about that by the time I was actually pregnant with her, because I was convinced it was another boy and it was a girl. And then after I had Pinky, my girl, I just had this feeling that there was somebody missing, that there was somebody who wasn't here yet, that was going to be here, that wasn't here yet. And that's him, isn't it? And with this one, I don't know. I'd love another one, but I just don't feel like it's very likely. And I don't know if that's a moment of clarity, like I have after the others, or if it's just the fact that I'll be 35 next year, and it took 4 years to get him, and my husband's in his 40s, but on my hand, and I don't unsubscribe. It doesn't mean I'm evil or out like that. It doesn't mean I'm not a Christian or out like that. We're travellers, okay? We pass stuff like this down. On my hand, the lines say that I would definitely have 5 kids. There'll be and I definitely have 5 kids, and I'm either be done, or there'll be a massive gap, and then I'll have twins, and then I really will be done. If there was to be a massive gap and me to get pregnant again, it'd be last chance saloon for me, so it would be done, wouldn't it? Plus, if it was twins, the amount of medical interference to have twins nowadays, they really would be done. But my auntie Hilda did that, apparently. She had 4. Thought she was done. Massive gap, had twins, and that was it. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that's... I don't feel done, but I don't... There's no moment of clarity of what's coming next, which makes me think maybe I am done, I don't know. But I'd never admitted if I was done, because it'd hurt me too much, because I love having babies. Just want to sleep now. So yeah, I'm fine, feeling a lot better. All I can do is my best, isn't it? I mean, some days I get quite a bit done, some days I get nothing done. And some days I feel bad about the fact that I'm not at full speed, but I have to remind myself that this is a short season. Things will get easier, and when they do get easier, I'll be thinking, oh, I miss it when he was a little newborn. So yeah, we're both doing well. I just wanted to give you an update because I know, hang on, don't go lemony. I've had to stop feeding him to turn you off. I just wanted to give you a little update because he's gorgeous.